Yo.
What up?
What up, everybody?
Yo,
What's up
yo,
with it?
yo.
We came on
Sports,
here
laugh,
opposite
and
of-
chill.
Let's get it.
Uh-oh.
Right on time. Right on time.
Right on.
What up, everybody?
What's up?
What up? Yo, we did
Come
start
on,
on time.
guys.
Right,
Bring it in. Bring it in.
we did start on time.
Is
That's
this
like
the first
that's a
time
first,
that
right?
we're not on PPT?
For real.
Right. I really wanted to talk tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, that's what happened.
Man,
So
We
I'm
back.
proud of us.
And we
We-
back.
That's
we got it
hilarious.
going on. Last real quick. So what's up to everybody in the chat before we go around saying hi to everybody? I just want to say we are part of Let's Talk Sports. Shout out to Dan, who is part of that, for bringing us in the family. We stream across his network, which is temporarily shut down for a week
Not
because
him.
someone decided to go rogue. Yeah, not Dan the Man. Dan the Man is his own kind.
He got his own brand.
Let me-
All right.
Yeah, but someone went rogue and decided to show the playoff game, Celtics versus Heat. Nice going, dude. But anyways, I won't say who he is. But but we are streaming across Let's Talk Sports on that channel in about a week from now. And they joined forces with Sideline Sports. So thank you guys for letting us be part of that
Thanks, Miss
huge family.
And also, that
Shout
means
out
we
to
might
y'all.
start cutting some checks off this thing.
I mean, we're gonna start
Hey.
advertising. So
Hey.
let's
Look, y'all
You know
worried
it.
about the checks. Me and Dan worried about them passes. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all-
We worried about them
That's
passes.
all I'm worried about.
We
I
trying
can
to
you
care
know,
less
so
about- that could be
the
my
media
pay. Just give
game.
me a pass.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That can be the pay. I don't. You ain't got to pay me.
You ain't gotta pay
Just let me
nothing.
pull up.
Yeah.
Just
Just
let me pull up to whatever
pass.
game I can and
no,
want to.
same.
I'm
But-
gonna put it this way: I'm like Waka Flock. I'm all about the 15th and the 1st. All right.
Hey,
That's coming
respect,
regardless.
respect.
That's
fair.
coming regardless.
That's fair. That's fair.
But
One thing we all gonna do. We gonna eat.
yes,
gonna eat.
Facts.
whether it's at Levi's, that Falcons Stadium, or wherever
That
the
Falcons
Rams
Stadium. You
play,
mean-
Levi's South, they called, right? So yeah, you
A
know,
lot of
We got a ring at Levi
Yeah,
South.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what's
Dang,
going
boy, it's
on
a lot
here?
of cloudiness there.
We beat,
Shade.
we beat y'all at Levi South.
Jesus.
Mm.
one
Hey,
time.
we beat them at that Falcon Stadium too, Dan.
Yeah.
there too.
That's
I'm just saying.
right.
Congratulations, you played yourself on that one.
I mean, we
Apparently
haven't
we
talked
played
football
y'all.
in months.
Whatever,
So, you know, it's good.
whatever. So, what up, Miss Debbie? What up, Tanya? What
What
up?
up,
Who
what
else
up,
we got
what up,
in
y'all?
here?
What's
Who else
going
we got
on,
here? Rod,
everybody?
Wise, Jordan. We got
Got Unc
we
in
got
here.
Unc. Yep,
Unc's
go
in
ahead.
here.
Fernando.
What's up? That's
I don't
all
even
I see.
That's who we got. All right, guys. Yep. So yes, Miss Debbie, we are starting on time. Last time we were here, we were talking about we brought out the brooms because Rod, I was watching back the show just today. I was watching the beginning and I was just laughing about how you were just really keeping it real. Just congratulations, Rod, on keeping it real. You know what? I got to give it up to you because you never, strayed from your feelings on AD. And I just, you keep it real.
Let me say this. Thank you. I stand on what I feel even up to this week alone. Anthony Davis can leave my team immediately, and I would be totally fine with it. I already know what he is. He showed me. I'm good. I'm good. Now it's just a big question mark of the point guard.
He's top 75 all time. That's what he is.
That was
Top
ridiculous.
75 all time.
That was ridiculous.
That's also what's going wrong with everything. Oh, hey, what up,
The fact that
Edmund?
he
We
was
got
top
Edmund.
75 and Dwight Howard wasn't is an absolute shame.
Hey. Dwight Howard should have been in there over
Yes.
Patrick
Yes.
Whoa. Slow down, Tiger.
Ewing.
Slow down, Tiger.
One thing he has, what up,
What up,
Sean?
Sean?
He
What up,
said,
big
he
bro?
said he's
What's
good over
good,
who?
Sean?
Over Patrick Ewing.
Oh.
Ewing.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely not.
Yikes.
Absolutely not.
I said
They-
the way I look at it.
Numbers prove it, and rings prove it.
I said the way I look at it.
Smoke.
He should have been in there over like of all the people that
He
are
should be
in
over
there,
there over
Anthony
Anthony
Davis,
Davis.
because of career wise, right? Like I feel like Anthony Davis in there was a projection. So
I agree.
I see
I agree.
someone over there in a projection.
I
over someone
agree.
who should
100%.
be in there, which is Dwight Howard.
the
You know it.
current NBA.
You know it.
What's
I
up, Miss
agree.
Tanya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up with it? Man.
So, well, I mean, who would have thought that the Heat would have beat the Celtics? I mean, it wasn't a sweep. I'm sure Marcus is going to make his way in here, right?
He's gonna
Eventually.
show up late to the show, just like the Celtics did in the series.
Facts.
Shh, shh. Come on, let's
Hey,
get that sound effect.
Jordan
I
on it tonight. With
I
Jordan
got
and
one
the
on that one.
fly today.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Serious.
Go ahead.
Is Butler a superstar?
No.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. I'm spicy already. Yes. Love it.
Is playoff Jimmy a superstar?
Is
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler
I don't know what
superstar?
happens to Jimmy. Let me not say that. He had a good regular season last year, but he's
Still
not the
solid.
same. He's just not the same player in the regular season for whatever reason that is. Like,
And that's why I say no.
yeah.
As long as
you gotta
he's
be
this
consistent.
player in the playoffs, that's what matters.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
they
That's
don't
why
call
he's
Jimmy
a
Buckets
star.
for nothing.
Like,
They call him Jimmy
crazy.
Buckets because when
Yeah.
he was getting
Jimmy
buckets
G
in that
Buckets,
bubble.
the G
In
stands
that
for
bubble,
Gibbs.
yeah. That was like he was
Nichols.
buckets.
Oh, they call him
Yeah.
that way before.
But I
the
mean, even when
bubble.
he was in Philly, like he was a solid shooter. And then all of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden, like now he's in Miami. One, he doesn't look to shoot. And then he also outside of game 7, you just look at some of the arc of his shot, right? Like game 5, game 6, it was straight line drives, everything was short. All of a sudden, game 7, and you see that beautiful arc on the shot. I'm just like, where did this come from? It was, it was crazy. But no, like I said, I gotta give him, I just gotta give him star. And that's not, and I mean, that's not well, I guess I'll ask you this. If you think he is a superstar, and if you do, like I'm not gonna, no shade or anything on that. Is Jamal Murray a superstar?
Who are the top
Because
10
I can
players in
make the
NBA
same,
right
I
now?
can make the same argument.
I like that. But hold on.
Is he
How
top
do you
10
think
right now?
Jimmy?
I don't
Who?
think Jamal's
Jimmy
paid his
Butler.
dues yet.
In terms of what?
Paid his dues.
Yeah. What do you mean by
Why he got to
that?
pay his dues? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, he's been in the league for a minute, so
And he's been in the Western Conference twice.
Right, and
Yeah,
when they weren't
Yeah.
there, I mean,
Yeah.
who
He
knows?
he came off of ACL.
Exactly. I was like, who knows what would have happened last year if
Exactly.
they had him and Michael Porter Jr.
Butler
healthy?
over Jamal.
Which I mean, again, like I said, it's fine. But if we're asking the question about superstars,
I don't think there's a wrong answer on that.
I think
No, I don't
Gina's
either. That's what I'm
preference on
saying.
that
I just
Yeah.
want
is
to.
a little
No,
weird.
there's not a
what
wrong
the
answer.
is.
But if I were to pick players over, one player over the other,
Which is
that's
fine. That's
where I would go.
Yeah, that's fine. It's
Hey
just,
man,
like I said, in terms of we're talking about, playoffs is where you become a superstar. We've seen what Jamal Murray can do and has done in the playoffs. So I feel like the same argument you make for
Bubble
Jimmy
or
Butler
not.
being a superstar, you can make for Jamal Murray being a superstar.
bubble or not.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What's a superstar though? We probably got to define that first. What is
I
a
agree.
superstar?
I agree.
Like,
Is Jason Tatum a superstar?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
See, look at why y'all pausing? See my point?
There's no
See my
pause.
point?
I'm off the Jason Tatum.
I'm with you,
right now.
Dan.
Yeah, I'm off of it right now. So
Oh, no,
I
I'm saying
get what
Jason
you're
Tatum's a
saying.
superstar.
Though.
He's
It's
a superstar.
hard.
But like, see, here's my question with this too. Like, again, and this is no due disrespect to Jimmy Butler. Why is it that Jamal Murray has to win a championship to be a no doubter, but Jimmy Butler doesn't?
No, if he doesn't win a championship, then
Jimmy Butler doesn't have Joker.
Okay.
that's true.
So
too.
is that so now is it the question of you have to be the one on the team? Is that to change it up? Like if it does, I'm just asking.
No, I feel what you're saying. I don't
Yeah.
think you. I mean, I guess you are the one because do we agree that Jimmy Butler should have got the Eastern Conference Championship Finals MVP.
No.
I don't think that's unanimous.
I don't think he should have got it.
Apparently, it
that's what
wasn't
I'm saying.
unanimous.
I mean, he got that award based on he's
His
the
name.
name of that
He's
team.
the guy. Yeah.
He's the guy.
I
You know
agree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying?
Because
Jamal
Caleb Martin
Murray
had a hell of a
Jamal
case.
Murray has Joker,
Sure.
MPJ. You know what I'm saying? Those two
Yeah.
alone, I won't go down the roster. I mean, we don't have to do that. Aaron Gordon, we don't consider him anything for real. KCP is a great player. You know what I'm saying? But
I
we don't-
agree with this right here.
But legit. So that's how I look at it. I mean, you're not giving it to Kyle Lowry, you're not giving it to Kevin Love. Those are the names that people know.
Caleb
what I
Martin
mean?
had a great argument.
Oh, I
Mhm.
mean, Caleb Martin is my ECF or my
Yeah,
MVP.
Eastern Conference MVP. He was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was, yeah.
So, I mean, but Caleb Martin is just Caleb Martin. so, we'll see. I mean, he about to get.
Jimmy started that series off hot.
He about to be a paid Caleb Martin though. That's
Caleb
he is.
he about to be a paid Caleb Martin.
Hey, I think the Knicks is fine. And why got to give him a call? Just throwing it out there.
Wise, please let me save my takes.
Yeah, just throwing it out there. Yeah.
Save my takes.
Oh, my bad. Do your thing. That's your squad.
Oh, trust me, I've already been in talks.
Okay, got you. But
I'll say, I mean, let's be real about this too. So obviously, they made it to the finals in the bubble, right? During that finals run, Jimmy averaged 22, 7, and 6, which again, I think for the most part, we wouldn't really characterize that as superstar numbers.
What's up, Gail?
Now,
what's up, sis?
What's going on, Miss Gail? How you doing? But then all of a sudden, I mean, because you look at 2020, 2021, he only averaged 14 and a half. Which again, you wouldn't put that with superstar. Now, of course, these last two is 27, and now this one is 28. But I also feel like the reason why a lot of people, myself included, are so high on Jimmy is because he isn't like this during the regular season. It's just like all of a sudden here come the playoffs, and it's like, where did this come from? You know what I'm saying? And
literally,
and we got to remember too, Jimmy Butler was a big reason why they almost got knocked out in the play-in. They lost to the Hawks, and they were down to Chicago with like 3 minutes left in the fourth. And then all of a sudden, things started clicking and it started taking off. And of course, you didn't have to deal with Giannis for that much in the Bucks series. And, going into the next one, again, no disrespect again for the Knicks, but I just really don't know. I'm really not just trying to say this to down talk the Knicks, but I don't know how much of a fight or how much we really expected from the Knicks in this playoffs, if I'm being real. And then you go up against the Celtics, and we saw what happened in the Celtics series. So, like I said, I think Jimmy is a star. But even if we're going to talk about dominating the last 3 playoffs, like I just showed you some of the numbers, he hasn't dominated in all of the last 3 playoffs. But these last 2, he has been really good. Which, if we want to look at the numbers, that's the same thing Jamal Murray's done.
All right, I'm going to say something, and mark my words. Put this on your TikTok, Wise.
Write it on your brain and sear it in your soul.
Clip this.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, here we go.
The Heat are going to win the finals. Jimmy Butler, finals MVP. Book it.
Hold on.
Hey, perfect sound effect.
Gina, right?
I don't know what that
You're my girl. But every time you come on this show and you saying something's about to happen, it'd be the opposite. Yeah, it's like
guarantee.
Exactly. The Warriors,
you need to go to the games. Don't talk the game. Go to the game.
Never work.
You gotta go.
Because you backwards. Don't talk
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Denver ain't that far. Get me on the plane.
Oh, now you need to be there. Okay. You need to get flown out to Denver. I see.
I'll be there with my fucking Philly Butler jersey.
I do have a friend who's a season ticket holder for the Nuggets.
I almost bought one like 5 years ago.
Jimmy Butler's been fun to watch during the playoffs, no doubt.
Oh yeah.
But the superstar thing, I just can't say that right now. Like I look at superstars as top 10 players in the league right now, and I can't argue that he might be on the outskirts of 10. He might even be in 10 in some people's opinion, but I could probably give you 10 players I would pick over Jimmy Butler right now, and I consider them superstars.
I want to hear the 10 in no particular order. Wise.
Okay,
no particular order. I just want to hear the 10.
All right, so no order. We're gonna go Steph.
Joker 1.
I'm no order. No order.
Steph.
Yeah, no
Giannis,
order.
Okay.
Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Joel. Even though I ain't really messing with Joel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Joker.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna sound bad right now. Tatum.
No, I agree.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
Kyrie.
No,
Luka.
hell no. Book 6. Book. I'm taking Book over Jimmy Butler right now. Durant 7. Still, here's where I get iffy, right?
This is scary hours.
Yeah. The scary. Exactly. Do I say Anthony Davis?
Fuck no.
You don't say it to Rod.
Fuck no.
You don't say it to Rod.
So these two, AD and Kawhi, are too injury prone to say I can consistently put them in there.
Yeah.
But normally I would probably throw them in there. Let's see.
Scary hours.
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
This set Dan off. Is Bron a top 10 player?
I say so.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Wait,
Bron.
come on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you ride with him.
Come on, man. Don't do this tonight.
Why? You say you fuck with him.
Hey, I'm asking, is Bron a top 10 player?
I was about to be like, come on.
You know how y'all like to like jump down my throat on some shit. So pause.
Pause.
That's 9, right? Hold up. That's 9, right? Hold up. Giannis, Durant, Joel, Steph, Joker, Tatum, Kawhi, Bron, Book.
You said KD.
AD. That's 10.
You're putting AD in the top 10.
I would put Donovan Mitchell in still before I put in Jimmy Butler.
Ja Morant.
I can even argue.
I wouldn't put Ja Morant in top 10.
Yeah, Ja
I can argue Ja. Yeah, I can argue Ja just as much as you can argue Jimmy. So,
I got Luka Doncic over him.
Oh, I forgot Luka.
Yeah.
Let me get my shit all over again.
So
Luka
AD ain't
definitely
even in
top
your
10.
top 10.
Yeah, get AD out of
AD
there.
is not in your top 10.
Get AD out of there. Luka top 10.
Y'all definitely know he ain't in my top 10.
Luka not in your top 10.
He's damn sure.
Man.
Luka not in your top 10.
AD.
Oh, AD. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Luka's in there for sure. How did I forget Luka? Oh, I'm hurt. Sorry,
You're
Luka.
tripping.
Sorry,
My
Luka.
top 10 is changing, like it's fluently changing. It's fluidly. It's fluid.
Like Stephen A. It's
one.
fluid.
I have a contemporaneous file because
Nemanja
I had
Bjelica.
Luka in my top 10 about
Myers,
top 5 actually. No, top 10 like 2 years ago.
Joe Lacob.
Otto Porter Jr.
Otto Porter Jr.
Bob Myers. Okay. Gina,
Wait, what?
Danielle. Yeah, what up, Danielle?
No, they were joking. They said like all the Warriors in your top 10. That's
right. We were just saying all your Warriors.
The whole Warriors team.
In mine?
Yeah.
We were just being funny.
Is this an inside joke I know nothing about? Because I'll whoop some ass right now.
Whoa. What happened? I was gone for like 2 seconds. What happened?
They're making fun of me for some reason, and I get really.
What'd she say? What'd she do?
I just told you the reason, Gina. We said your top 10 is the whole Warriors team.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not.
The laugh though, hilarious.
I'm not even that much of a homer.
Steph.
Donald Boyle.
Was she trying to say Clay should be in there?
I love you too, Tanya.
Clay.
Why is it that
Clay
you guys are
Richardson.
so scared of women running the world?
What? How do we get here?
Wow. Wait.
That's right. I chose violence.
What?
Now, see, here's the thing. If we choose violence back, we're in the wrong.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. I have no problem with women running the world. If they want to run it,
Listen, all I know is I've seen a lot of this world being run by men. I'm sure women can do a whole hell of a lot better. So they can be my guest.
yeah.
Take the wheel.
Right.
Somebody come take my wheel, please.
Oh God.
There's nothing in this drink, I promise.
Oh my god.
Lemon. Okay, there's lemon.
As long as it's a woman from San Antonio running the world, I'm good, right, Charles Barkley?
Oh man.
Okay, so we've got some questions from our Patreon members.
Thank God.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Gina, for this segue.
It's been wild.
For this segue you just brought us.
Oh God. Okay. That went a little sideways.
Somebody throw the link in the chat. The Patreon link. Questions brought to you by Patreon for Sports Laugh and Chill.
Right.
Unsullied by
Please join us.
sponsorship since
Wise.
1989.
That's good, Wise.
Exactly.
That's
There you
good.
go.
We're gonna
There you
need you
go.
on that.
We trying to get this money, so you know.
That
Well,
part.
hold up, rephrase. Me and Dan trying to get these passes, so we.
Right.
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
trying to get that
Wait.
money. Hold on now.
I been said that. I want just the passes. I'm good.
Okay, Rod, you in there too? You in there with us?
I
Matter
just
of
need to
fact,
pull up.
let's just make it a deal. Us three, we'll cover sports. You know, we'll go to the games and stuff. Y'all get the money.
Absolutely.
Y'all two out here get the money.
Absolutely.
Fair.
I'll get all the footage y'all want.
Bam.
Hey,
I'll get all of it.
Yeah.
real quick before
That's
we
hilarious.
get to the Patreon questions, Wise, can I get a beam real quick? Breaking news update from Sham Saranya. Monty Williams and the Detroit Pistons have agreed in principle on a 6-year, $72 million deal for Williams to become the new franchise's new head coach.
Wow.
Damn.
Monty Williams.
They
going
had
to
to
Detroit
come with that paper.
For a coach?
for a coach. 6 years, 72 mil.
It's Detroit. It's Detroit.
In order to get them, they had to pay.
They had to pay.
Yeah.
They had to pay. He was
Hey,
talking about
remember
taking
how
a
they-
year out.
They got a solid young core up there now though in Detroit. I kind of like that.
Well,
Remember how they did Cheney?
The same team that won it.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Nah, I ain't miss me with all that. So y'all prove me there's something. Nah, I ain't just
72 mil?
Yes, they all sound good. Get his money. Get your
72.
paper.
Hey, you know me.
Ain't
I'm
nothing
always gonna be
promised the next week.
about to
The
say,
next
I'm
year
all-
ain't promised.
I'm all in favor of black man getting paid. I'm always gonna be in favor of it.
Absolutely.
Without.
Get that money, honey.
The Indiana
That part.
Pacers wanted DeAndre Ayton, right?
I think they did. Yeah.
I think they did, yeah.
It was the
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers. So Monty got James Wiseman now.
Gina, what is going
She pulling out a fan?
No, you know what? No,
I'm not.
What
You're
is
doing well,
going on
Gina. You're doing well, Gina.
So hot in her.
There you go.
Stupid. My lady be having her fan too, so it's not even a game. Yeah, I might have the same exact one. I mean, it's not a game.
Oh my god.
It's not a game at all. Not a game. That fan be coming in handy.
Oh man.
Anytime, Dan. Yeah, anytime. I'm making new ones now.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Dan.
Making
That's
new
right.
ones.
What were we saying? What are
Up in my game
our
now.
wonderful Patreon folk asking?
Yeah. We need some Patreon questions.
Let's get them questions ready, shall we?
Gina, what you
2
doing?
million.
So let's get right to the questions.
I said, what are you doing? Oh, yeah, get to the question.
Speaking of NBA finals, can Miami stop Denver cold in their tracks?
Well, absolutely not. This might be over in 5.
That's what I said.
Like y'all got to remember, Miami is the AC. Denver's number 1. They've been number 1 all season, and they're about to find out what a true big man is when they go up against him. He's the best big man in the league. Yeah, this might be over in 5 games. Easy.
I got
can
him in
see it
6.
then.
I got him in 6. I got.
Yeah, I think
Denver
it's
in
going 6. I think it's going
I
6.
got
Okay.
him in 6 because the only reason why
Tanya
I said
says
that
no.
is because I got the Heat actually winning game 1.
A little bit of entertainment.
Oh.
I mean, the Heat are kind of like on a
Denver's been
roll
up
right
like,
now.
What, a week
you
and a
know?
half now? Like,
Yeah.
Right,
but
Denver been getting in shape up there.
like I
You
said,
mean
here,
to tell me that Miami about to go from Miami to Boston to Denver and be ready?
but
here's
you know
the
how all
thing,
those
and I've
games
been-
go when people come into a series like having played more games than the
True,
team and
but-
resting. It's always some.
Here's the one thing that
You might
Denver
be
has
right.
Hit
over
that like button.
everybody, even if they're
might be
rusty.
right.
Here's the one thing
I
they have
think-
over everybody: that altitude is no.
That's what I keep saying. Like that's the part
I'm
that people
telling
are
you,
forget. It's just that
Yeah.
altitude. Like
when we had to go play up in Boulder. Listen, when we played up in Boulder, I was exhausted just jogging to the other side of the field for warm-ups. Like that altitude is no joke. So even like here's a possibility, right? Like I think we all understand this. Denver could be a little rusty to start this game out. They have an equalizer though for that, which is Miami's gonna get exhausted.
Well,
there's no around it. Against Miami's a very well conditioned team. Like there's all the stories about what they got to go through, conditioning tests and training camp, all that stuff is there. There's nothing that can get you ready for that altitude.
Are you about to say that he got championship DNA?
No, I wasn't about to say that.
That's true.
I mean, respect to the Miami Heat, they got a little championship DNA.
Okay,
but I certainly wasn't about to say that. I was about to really just say that dead ass. That was one of the reasons why Pat Riley had the team fly immediately from Boston to Denver.
Yep.
I think that
Same
has
day.
a lot to do with it. I think they wanted to try to get adjusted to that altitude as humanly possible as you can. You can't simulate game. You know what I'm saying? You can't do none of that. So
no,
I mean, it's literally. I mean, you try to do what you can, and he did the best that he can under the circumstances. Don't fly home to Miami. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Wait till a couple of days so y'all fly out. Immediately leave following that Boston game, they flew to Denver. So, we'll see. I mean, I know that everybody is like, hey, the Heat might not win game one. I'm going to tell you like this. The only fighting chance that the Miami Heat have is winning game one. Because if they lose game one, they're going to lose game two. It might be even worse than game one. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, this is a tune-up game for Denver. And if they win the tune-up game,
yeah.
Then Rob might be right in 5. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 4. So
I think. Go. What you doing? My bad.
No, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I just feel like Denver, they're a complete team, and I feel that where Boston couldn't capitalize on Denver, or Boston couldn't capitalize on Miami. That's where I think Denver is going to do. They got a big man who can actually play all around basketball. You know what I'm saying? And he's the star. He's the one that drives the ship. You know what I'm saying? Granted, we know that Murray is the guy who has the ball in his hands, but that big man can walk up the ball at the court too. Bam is not more athletic than Anthony Davis. We all know that. He ain't putting up no 40 and 20 games. You're not hearing that about Bam. So I feel like that right there alone, good luck.
Well, here's the other part of it too. And like here's the big thing. Sometimes Boston is such a stupid basketball team.
Absolutely.
Like here's what I mean. Like how many times did we see? I think it was game 6. I saw there was one possession. I think they had it in one corner, drove baseline, swung it to the opposite corner. Everybody touches the ball around the arc for a wide open shot. And you see possessions like that for Boston where it's just like, wow, see what happens when y'all move the ball? Everybody touches it. You get these open looks, yada, yada. And then they'll come back down and it's just straight ISO ball, which again, like how many times have we said it on this show? ISO ball is exactly what Miami is ready to face against. That's what they're ready for. Then they go into a pretty simple zone and Boston could not figure out what to do against that zone. You know who's smart enough to go against that zone? The Denver Nuggets. Because guess what? Everybody is involved on every single offensive possession. Yeah, is it focused around Jokic?
Yep.
Yeah. And guess what else is going to happen? Contavious Caldwell-Pope might go backdoor on you. And,
KCP.
What's his name? Oh my God, Aaron Gordon. He's going to go backdoor on you. Like everybody's moving, everybody's cutting. Everyone has a chance to get the ball at any single possession. And that's just something that Miami did not have to see last series because Boston refused to stick with it.
Absolutely.
Because Joe Mazzulla was on the sideline looking confused as a mug.
I mean, like, yeah, but at the same time, it's just like I got to look at some of the people on the court too. It's just like
my man's look like an orphan. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, dog.
Like the dudes look be killing me, man.
I'm
Like
bad. I'm bad.
Joe Mazzulla.
Oh man,
his press conferences are hilarious.
I've never seen that man happy.
I know, he's just so stone faced.
My man just be looking like
he's like,
is he gonna take the downfall in Boston for this?
Absolutely.
No, he's not.
I would have if they got swept or
mine.
lost in 5. Yes, now he won't.
Yeah, no,
He might get another year.
Plus, he's got the out.
He already has
Tatum
another
got
year.
hurt on the first play.
He was getting another year
He's
regardless.
already been extended.
I mean,
he got extended in the
contract.
season.
I mean, they can get out of it in Boston. They got that money out there.
I mean, they can, but like this is the thing. A first-year head coach who was not expected to be the head coach takes his team to the Eastern Conference Finals in 7 games after being down 3-0.
Yeah.
You can't dismiss that type of coaching. Like, clearly it wasn't just the team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if it was just the team, they probably wouldn't have made it this far. But I'm telling you, don't do that for that type of coach, man. Like, yeah, fire him if you want to. He'll be hired in the next week.
I argue.
Sure.
I argue Jaylen Brown goes before Joe Mazzulla does.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now you
Everyone's
might disagree if
talking
that's the
about
right decision
if
or
that
not, but I'm
happens,
saying I think
Joe
that's
Mazzulla's following him the next season. He gets
okay. Now see, now that-
Marcus, what's
That's
up,
fair,
Marcus?
See, I told
Oh,
you.
there you go. Let's ask the
I told
Boston
you.
great. Is this Joe
Did I not
Mazzulla's
say?
fault, Marcus?
We're talking
You didn't quit?
Celtics.
Marcus is in the finals with the Heat and Denver.
I was like, whoever wins
Can't
game
lose.
one, that's who he's with.
All he do is win, no
Never
matter
lose.
what.
What? Shit.
I just. Oh, look, can we talk about this breaking up Boston thing here real quick? Since we talking about Boston,
Yeah,
why are we having to break Boston up?
because their standards are different than what your usual franchise is. It's just like so. I'll get here's my comparison. There's a reason why, on the show, we've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the 49ers have made the conference championship, like 3 of the last 5 years, there's a reason why you start talking about, Kyle Shanahan ain't it. You might want to think about moving on from him, because depending on what your organization is, your expectations and your standards are different. For Boston, it's not about getting to the conference finals or just making the NBA finals. It's about winning them. They got 17, 18 of them. And if you've shown now, this is the 3rd year or 4th year, I feel like this core group led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they've made it that far and they haven't gotten there. That's where you start looking at, okay, you know what? Maybe this is the ceiling of what this team is. And you got to look somewhere else. You got to change some things up. Now, I'm not saying me personally that they should do it. I'm just saying, like, this is what I think, that all of a sudden you start looking at it that way of maybe that's the ceiling. We're not going to break that barrier of getting the ring. And if you're a franchise, like, again, if it was the Hawks, I'd gladly take 4 Eastern Conference Finals and an NBA Finals approach.
Hey,
but
if it was the Knicks,
different.
I would take
exactly.
just being talked about.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's different. It's a different standard for a different type of organization.
Absolutely.
But my question is, we got 2 dudes.
I was about to answer your question.
Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to take a stab at that. Why are we talking about breaking up this Boston team?
I got another point. Because guess what? When this next CBA comes around, you got to pay 2 people $600 million.
That was my answer.
So if you're gonna pay, like, if you don't do that, you better be 100% sure those are the 2 people that can get you an NBA final. Give you a championship.
Literally, we can argue that this Boston team was better than last year's Boston team. The difference between the 2 Boston teams, not only the talent, but the coaching. I think if Emu had this team, I think they go to the finals. You dig what I'm saying? This team was way better than last year's team. This team was way better than last year's team. Now,
Marcus, you're making my point.
Shout out to Neil.
Marcus, you're literally making my point. What did the Bulls win before Michael Jordan got there? What were the Bulls before Michael Jordan got there?
Nada.
Again,
They
expectations.
older than 24.
Yeah,
they're
like 20. They're like 26 and 25.
Yeah, all right.
But like I said,
I get it. They're
again,
young.
expectations. There were no expectations for the Bulls to win anything until Michael Jordan showed up.
If the Boston Celtics paid 2 players $600 million, that's crazy to even say.
Isn't it right?
Well,
crazy,
I mean, you saw that Supermax deal that Jalen's up for. When I saw it was like
95
million, I was like,
that's insane.
290.
Like, what?
Give me that.
It's
And
like
that was
$295.
Yeah, $295, I think.
And
Yeah.
yes, 300. And Jason is over that. Jason is like
Easily.
310, 320.
Mhm.
So they paying Jason for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
no, absolutely.
It's not even, you know what I'm saying?
I just
But
think I think the thing that they missing, honestly,
That's
with
funny.
Boston needs a true point guard. That's all they
Yes.
really
Facts.
miss.
Yeah,
If they get a point guard, they'd be a nice squad. They got Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is no point guard for you. He is actually good coming off your bench. He's a good hustle guy.
What they're
He's one of
paying,
those dudes.
yeah,
Hey,
what they're paying
not my
Brogdon and
point
Smart,
guard.
they could have
Yeah,
got Jalen
like
Brunson
y'all
in.
gotta you
Get
gotta
a different
waste it
thing.
backcourt, really and truly.
Marcus said paying
Question.
someone damn near $59 million a year is regular NBA numbers.
I have a question.
That's fair.
Does a player like Chris Paul help that Boston team?
Yes, surprisingly. Yes.
Before he
Yes.
gets hurt, yes. Like
Um,
what
Yes.
Chris Paul's
does he hurt
supposed to
them?
be, yes.
Does he hurt them? No. Does he help
No.
them? I don't know.
I think he gets those guys
I
in
believe he
position.
absolutely
I think
does.
he
You have a player
absolutely
coach
helps
on
them
the
out.
floor.
Absolutely.
So CP3, they
Anything
get
to
past
give those
Miami.
guys
That's what y'all
easier
saying.
shots.
Huh?
CP3 gets them past Miami.
I believe
Yes.
so.
Anything to
I
get
believe
those
so.
guys easy, like that's the thing. Like they struggle some. They do try to do so much ISO stuff. Now you get a point guard
It's
to
too
get them
much.
into a simple,
Exactly.
easy offense.
You
Like
get a
100%.
floor general.
Easy. You
get
need
a
a
floor
floor general. You need that
CP3,
floor general.
We ain't talking about the dude in the the State Farm commercials. We talking about
Right.
what we seeing right now. CP3. Like, I
But
don't
I'm
know if
saying,
he-
but hold on. CP3 didn't have to do too much.
Not with that
You
team.
don't have to not with them.
Not with that team.
he
To get the
didn't have to
guys
do a
in
lot
position to
with
score.
Phoenix now. And what happened?
Yes,
Your
I
point
agree.
Well,
I
he
agree
got
with
hurt.
Marcus.
Even that much more.
He got
He don't
hurt,
really have
right,
to do
so-
too much. Outside of
know.
him getting hurt.
I agree they need a point guard. I just don't know if Chris Paul is the answer. I mean, 3 years ago,
My point
maybe.
was a true point guard.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
A true floor general. A doggone. I mean, we don't have those anymore. I mean, my boy Jason Kidd is coaching right now. You know what I'm saying? Tim Hardaway is on TV right now. You know what I'm saying? Talking.
I don't know if he's on. I don't think he's on TV much anymore. Anytime he's on TV, he says something he's not supposed to say.
Something inappropriate.
He was just on TV today.
Oh, Tim, really? What is
I'm
Tim
surprised they give him a microphone.
Me either. I don't even know what he said.
What show y'all seeing Tim Hardaway on?
Sometimes he says some stuff.
He be going ham on the Carton show. He do. He be going ham on it.
Yeah, send me the footage.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I didn't even know he was on TV.
Talking about. What show?
I didn't know he was on TV.
That's one.
Tim Senior?
Timmy
Shit.
Senior, yeah. Timmy Senior.
Yeah, Hardaway
Timmy
Senior
says
is on
some
the
stuff.
Carton show.
The Who
I didn't
show?
even know that. Who?
What's the name of the show?
FS1.
Who is it?
The Carton Show.
Oh, the show that be coming on before First Take?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't even turn the TV on until 6:30, so I don't see it.
So that's the thing. He's on that. Tim Hardaway is on that show.
Gotcha.
Tim Hardaway on TV.
I didn't even know that.
UTEP two-step. That's what's up.
Right.
If it's live,
Yep,
God
yep.
help the people.
Right.
That's fair.
They be wilding on there anyway. So I mean,
Is that a good show? Is that worth watching?
no.
No.
I mean, it's one of those. I get up too early to watch.
They said that too
I don't wanna
quick.
miss the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
He was too ready
I'll
for
just keep
that one.
scrolling through TikTok in the bed then until it's 6.
Oh, man.
All right.
Yeah,
Keep scrolling
no.
through
Oh, shit.
It just be funny because Tim Hardaway be going ham sometimes. So you just be like, you just catch him one day and be like,
Sounds about
"Oh,
right.
he's out of bounds."
Wow.
Sounds
He don't be
about
giving
right.
a damn. He don't be giving a damn. He be dropping all kind of stuff on there too. Because I know his
Yeah,
son
he
be
does.
telling him all about the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, he be talking big shit about the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh my
Hilarious.
God. We have a
We know
couple
who your
more
source is.
questions to get through.
Let's go, Patreon members.
Let's go. And actually, I think all of these are from Ms. Danielle. So thank you again.
Oh, shout out Miss Danielle.
What up, Danielle?
So with Bob Myers, wait, actually, hold on.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I'm waiting on
for
this.
the win.
Yeah,
I
thank
am ready for
you.
The
And
two
this.
I
non
will
the
vote,
two
Yes,
and I
non
will
Warriors
go
Daddy.
people
mute
the
for
most
this.
excited to talk
I don't know
about
Yes,
why
Bob
y'all
Daddy.
hype. I
Myers.
mean, okay, you know.
Yes,
Go ahead. Go
Daddy.
ahead.
With the Bob
Yes.
Myers departure, what is next for Dub Nation? And how will this affect Draymond?
I'm gonna
Oh
let the
yeah.
two
Let me
non
let me
Warrior
let me
people
get let me get
go
my gummy
first. I know
bears for
they're
this one.
excited for this
He
one.
Yeah,
said get his gummy bears.
oh my God. I got vitamin gummies, so that don't count.
What? Vitamin gummies? What are we talking about?
Hey, first off, don't. I have some gummy pre and probiotics. Those things are amazing. So don't
I don't
Hey,
know. I'm
y'all,
wild tonight.
don't sleep on
hey,
those.
if y'all taking
Must,
the gummy vitamins, you know, shout out
must
to
be a
the
full
full zones.
moon or some
with
Shout
it.
out.
shit.
Hey, you right, Jordan. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Whole Foods. You know, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
we'll be getting that
Shout
ad
out to Whole
soon.
Foods.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Shout
you
out.
know ball,
You know what I'm
Dan.
saying? Yep,
You know ball.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Pause.
Pause.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Rod.
Like he just threw that out there twice like that. Oh, pause.
I
Like
know he did.
whoa.
He doubled down on it.
I try to
And
give him. I try to give him a little time.
Marcus got an interesting comment.
Well, more Draymond tapes get released. That's not nice. That's not nice, Marcus.
What an ass.
Like I don't think that's the case, but
Hey,
you
he
know.
spelled Myers correctly.
Now,
Good job,
he did it.
Marcus.
Well,
He
you
did
The
a
know,
Google
Wi-Fi
search
must
on
be
that.
working.
he
He
typed
did a
that in
Google
there.
search on that too before he put it in there.
Exactly.
Oh my
Autocorrect saved him
goodness,
on that one. But
man.
yeah, go ahead. Y'all wanna start first with
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
please let me cut my mic
Rod?
off.
Go. Oh no, I thought y'all was gonna
Yeah,
go
so we're gonna
first.
let you
No,
go
you guys
first.
go first. No? Oh. Dan?
All right, I guess Dan, floor is yours.
Oh, okay. Wise, you want to
Yeah,
start it off?
let's hop right into it.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Go for it, Wise.
I want
The
the Dub
question is
Nation
Bob Myers'
fan
departure. What's next for
to
Dub Nation?
speak on
Honestly,
this.
I don't know what's next for Dub Nation. I do hope it's not nepotism that's coming next. You know, not saying I'm happy either way. However, I feel like this is the beginning of the end, and I say that respectfully. Like this is going to be the first domino that falls. I think they still figure out a way to bring Draymond back. I still think they figure out a way, to work something out with Clay. I don't know what direction they're going to go. I don't know if it's going to be Dunleavy. I don't know what the plan is altogether, but it definitely hurts. But I don't think this necessarily is the end of the dynasty. Like people were saying, hey, it's over now. Bob Myers is leaving. As long as 30 is suiting up and he's hitting that court, they're going to have a shot. So I think it does hurt, but I think it's the first domino to fall that's going to be the reason they have to move on and go to the next era. And if it's Mike Dunleavy Jr. that takes the helm, I'm not a big fan of Dookies. So, I wasn't a big fan when we drafted him number 3 overall. And now him taking over the franchise, I don't know about it. But if Bob Myers says, hey, he's been tutoring him, then I'll just roll with that. But I'll say this: if it's between Dunleavy and the owner's son, I'm gonna go with Dunleavy. Just for the optics alone. I hope my man Leg Up don't put his son in that position because it never works in sports when you do that. It's just what it is.
Shout out to the Steinbrenners. No, I mean, like, here's like, I love the fact that we talk about dominoes. Like, I'm happy we did that because, a lot of people have like those domino structures, right? And you knock one down, hoping that everything else knocks down and paints the picture. And sometimes if you don't set it up right, the dominoes stop short before all the dominoes get knocked down. Because I feel like in this situation, and this is just my thought, you're going to have a couple other dominoes that are going to start falling really quickly. But again, the whole thing is not about to go down. My hunch feeling right now is that Draymond is not going to opt in. And again, it's because the one thing, like, everyone can say Bob Myers doesn't deserve credit. Like, Steph was there before Bob Myers got there and, all these other things. But the one thing that Bob Myers, you cannot take away from him is how good he was at people management. And that was throughout, I don't care who was part of this whole dynasty. Kevin Durant, Draymond, Sean Livingston, everybody.
Right.
Bob Myers is one of those calming forces in that organization that kept things together. You saw it a lot this year, right? When if Draymond was going on a certain rant or certain whatever, it wasn't Steve Kerr, it wasn't Steph that
It was
calmed
Bob
down.
Myers.
It was
right.
Bob Myers coming down
Right.
from his seat saying like, "Hey, let's calm it down, let's lock it in." And so I think just mutually for both sides of it, it might just be better if you don't have that calming force in the organization anymore to help keep him around. Then also on the other side, the one person that understands him the most, I think just mutually it benefits both parties of, you know what, maybe it's time to just, move on. So I feel like there are going to be some other dominoes that move on. Like I said, I'd be more surprised, honestly, if he opts in than I would him opting out. But there are going to be some couple other dominoes, I think, that are going to be coming from this. And yeah, Dub Nation, I just say, just be ready for it. Take everything with an open mind.
I'll say this. I want to say I saw it on Twitter today. It was either like 95-7 a game, or maybe somebody tweeted it out. You brought up Sean Livingston. I would like to see him be the GM. I can see that being the case. He's part of the culture. He's been in the organization for a while. He's been there. He's as much of a voice on that bench than a lot of the coaches, because he goes down there a lot. He's around the team a lot. Like, I would love to see Livingston get a shot at running the show. What they do, I don't know. Is it concerning? Yes, because I don't know what Dunleavy can do. I don't know what Lacob can do. And they might just be fine. They might just be fine. But it's like Jordan said, there was an aspect of Myers that can't be replicated. You saw that with the Kevin Durant post. Kevin Durant, he don't be posting about the Warriors no more. But Bob Myers, something was there. Like
even what Steph posted, because
right.
Steph almost never posts about stuff.
Yeah, it's something is there. So is this the first domino to fall? Yes. How important of a domino is that going to be? We're about to find out.
Yeah.
Because whoever comes in, you have to ask yourself, do I try to put my own stamp on this team? I have to fix it somehow, because as it stands pat, we're not going to necessarily be able to compete. So we got to figure something out. So I'm going to have to shake some stuff up. So whoever comes in is going to have to realize people are going to be mad. Klay Thompson gets packed up. Gina going to be pissed. It's what it's going to be. But they're going to have to make hard decisions. And I don't envy whoever that's going to be. But Bob Myers is going to be a tough replacement. So
well, let's not forget how Joe Lacob and the ownership group was brought in. Remember Chris Mullins' jersey retirement ceremony? He was booed.
Yep.
Like 13 years ago, Joe Lacob was booed in the middle of Oracle Arena.
Yeah.
When he's trying to bring, he said,
we're
tell
gonna
everybody,
put banners up there.
Yeah, we're gonna put banners up there.
Yep.
Next, it was a 74, 75, whichever one it was. It actually took like Chris Mullins and some of the other guys who had their jerseys retired to come out like, hey, this guy's putting everything into this team. Like, you need to give him his
Rick
time.
Barry was like,
hey, Rick Barry came out too, like, hey, cut the crap, cut it out.
Right. I remember that.
So like that's the other thing for me too. Is like, okay, like I understand it is going to be something different, but whoever's going to be the GM, like, give them time.
You saw that Tanya quote too?
Yep.
I was there.
I was there. I booed too.
And see, now all of a sudden, Marcus is misspelling Myers again.
Yeah, I saw that. CTE is back.
And go, Dan.
Whoa, Monty Deal could exceed 100 million.
100 million.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
It could exceed 8 years, 100 mil.
Hey, get money, Monty. Get money, man.
Get money.
I think it was young Dolph who said it. Get paid, young brother. Get paid.
Get paid. So
see, if Cade comes back and he's who I think Cade is going to be,
and Wiseman is who I think he can be too.
Ooh, if Wiseman's that one,
I still think
he has it in him.
I mean, Myers
really
didn't want to get rid of him. I'll say that.
If Monty Williams
wasn't the only one, I can tell you that
James
much.
Wiseman your boy Steve Kerr is going to look like a clown. I'll say that first. With Bob Myers' departure, what is next for Dub Nation? What's next for Dub Nation is a lot of playoff basketball. That's what's up next for Dub Nation, is a lot of playoff basketball. And why a lot of playoff basketball? Because number 30 is still on your team. So Steph alone will take you to the playoffs. Period, point blank. Outside of Steph taking you to the playoffs, that's probably as far as you're going to go. One thing that I can see that Bob Myers is a visionary. And Bob he already knows what's coming. He knows the shit storm that's coming. And in my opinion, he did not want to be a part of the shit show. So he stepped to the side. He said he's going to let Joe Lacob get booed again in Oracle for when he has to pack up Draymond or pack up Clay or decides not to pay that luxury tax. Bob Myers said, I was not going to break up the team that I brought in.
Marcus, so he's playing as well as he ever has. But go ahead. Sorry, Dan.
What that got to do with the price of tea?
It's okay. Don't worry about Marcus. and it's so what, he's in his 30s. So Bron is in his 30s, and what is Bron doing? So I mean, Steph Curry is still the greatest shooter ever in the NBA we've ever seen in our lives. So you got to relax.
I hope you heard that, Rob Parker.
So regardless of what's going on, Bob Myers did the smart thing by stepping away because his loyalty to the players was not going to allow him to do the fuck shit that's coming. And you can easily put in there, a Dunleavy Jr. or the heir to the throne in Lacob's son.
Marcus, I'll pull up Steph's numbers. Don't even go there. Bron is different.
Legit. His son is going to end up just like Stephen Jones. It's going to be the same situation. It's going to be a lot of, we won a long time. Danielle, I'm right. I'm right. It's going to be the long line of, yeah, we're Dub Nation and we run all these banners. Steph will be long gone. Dre will be long gone. Clay will be long gone. And they will hang on to that dynasty years to come, like the Cowboys do to this day. They haven't won to the 90s, but they're still America's team. And every year, Jerry sells those fans a load of bullshit, gets them all hyped up for the disappointment. And I can see this organization doing the same thing without a level-headed person in there like Bob Myers was. So owners need to stay out of GM and basketball operation business, and they should just stick to being owners. Stop trying to get involved in basketball business and player business. And the moment you do, take it from a Knicks fan who knows how the owner gets involved in basketball business. The moment you do that, you go downhill. How will this affect Draymond? He's not opting in. He's opting out, and he's going to go for the big money. And Paul and them and all of his homeboys, they are all waiting to see what the next GM is going to pay out. Because if not, they will take their talent out to an interstate team.
Let's be clear about one thing though. If it's all about Draymond collecting a check, he's opting in. He's not going to get a bigger bag anywhere than what he could get by opting in with the Warriors next year.
Well, we know where he wants to play and who he wants to play.
No, and that's fair. I'm just saying, because obviously a lot of times people look at these situations and it's about, oh, where's get the biggest bag? There's no, if he leave, same thing with Clay, right? If Clay were to leave, he's not getting $44 million anywhere else than with the Warriors with what he has right now. Draymond's not getting any more money than what he's got right now if he opts in with the Warriors. That's just.
But he only opts in for that 1 year. That's it.
But it's still 1 year of more money than he would get anywhere else. That's what I'm saying.
But if they're not talking about signing him to a multi-year deal, what's the point?
No, like I said, cash in while you can.
Well, I mean, he doesn't need to cash in. Draymond has rings. He has money. He has production things. He has everything. Now, at this point, he wants to continue to win, and he wants to play with his best buddy.
Bron.
I mean, let's not act like the Lakers were not just a series away from going to the finals. Yeah, they got swept. They got swept, but they were still in that position. Does Draymond help that team? Absolutely.
Look, there's a lot of what you said right now. You're not going to get a
He
disagreement.
need to go there and punch
make sure
AD.
that's clear.
That's what he needs to do. He need to go there and slap the shit out of AD. That's what he needs to do.
You're going to be out half the season.
Hey, you stood left eye contusion.
Lisa Left Eye Davis out for half the season.
Half the brow.
And he light skin.
down for
And he
the
light
season.
skin.
Oh man,
This isn't right, guys. This isn't right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
I want to
apologize.
see that boy play with an eye patch like the ruler.
Oh my God.
Patches O'Houlihan. Oh man, shout out Dodgeball, great movie.
All right, you guys want to hear
Anthony
from
Eye
me?
Patch Davis.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's do
keep
it,
this
Gina.
short and sweet, just like me.
You beat me to the joke.
I know. That was my plan. I'm just gonna keep it real because I always do, right? I'm a delusional Warriors fan tonight.
Every night.
Wait. Okay, time out before
Every
you go.
night.
Before you
Shut
go,
up. Shut up.
How are you gonna say you're gonna keep it real and then you follow that up with "I'm a delusional Warriors fan"?
Tonight.
And tonight only.
Oh man, looks at. Okay, I apologize. Keep going.
Okay. The crew is staying together. Okay. Draymond ain't going nowhere. Dominoes ain't fucking falling. We're taking it
Yes.
all the way and winning one more. Just
Don't
one
say it.
more.
Don't say
here we
it.
Just one
Oh,
more.
God.
I didn't say when. I didn't say when. I didn't say when.
Oh God.
go.
So we're gonna win another one
Durant ain't
With-
walking back through that door.
with the
He
core.
is not. He is not.
With the
savior is not
core.
coming back.
Where's
Who?
Alan Smiley Geach when you need him?
Durant.
Smiley Geach, fuck.
Hey, after
man.
that missed dunk attempt that he had, he might be my favorite player of this whole.
Oh God.
night.
Gina's my sister.
How we
We're
gonna
gonna
get
keep
Smiley
it.
like that?
Shut up, Marcus.
I love Smiley. Oh
Look.
man.
I am just keeping it.
I'm over here choking and shit. Hold on.
Pause.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. Nigga. Oh my god.
Like, whoa.
Something is wrong
Hey,
tonight.
Hey,
all
and the
bad.
camera
Hold on.
wasn't even on.
Right, and
I
the camera wasn't
know.
on, Waz.
Wait a minute.
Like,
What?
I was like, I'm gonna just go with the final decision. Pause.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Good looking, my niggas. Good looking. Oh my god. We almost went MIA on here.
So,
I'm
yeah.
glad you here. Hey, Jordan ain't stopped laughing over there. Like, Jordan ain't shit. Jordan ain't shit. That man over there about to. That man over there trying to catch his breath, man.
Ah,
Jordan over there look at him. He holding his arms up.
Waving the white flag.
Hey man, hey.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa, hold up. I can come back for that. Hold up.
Ah, major
Resuscitated.
pause.
He resuscitated on that one.
Jesus Christ. It's all bad. Hey, trust me, that's not the way I want to go out. Believe that.
That ain't
All right, I
it.
think I'm okay. All right.
So,
Anyway, but yeah, Gina, come on now. I think you're tripping. And I say it this way, and not in a bad way. I don't think the run is over. I
that's
think
what
they
I
definitely got.
said.
I think
It's
they got
not
one more
over.
year as a group. I think Draymond comes back. Next year's when decisions are going to have to be made. Because like Jordan mentioned earlier, the new CBA is not going to be friendly to anybody. Clay has to understand he can't get paid like he thinks he wants to get paid. Clay is not him anymore. Like at all. Draymond.
Man, how can you say that? 301 threes? He led the league in threes?
I don't give a fuck.
What did
But,
it do in the playoffs?
Yeah, like
It was
He's-
his first full season back.
nah, fuck.
And
fuck that.
then it didn't get y'all nowhere though. Think about
We
it.
had a
Y'all
fuck up locker room.
Shout out to
That was
Danielle.
obvious.
Yeah, commercial break. Yeah.
And there you have it. And
But-
there you have it.
The problem is Clay, I don't think can consistently help Steph enough to where he can count on him. And I don't know if he can count on him anymore. And
Love
we
you too,
can't
Miss Debbie.
pay Clay for what he did. Like, it's got to be what's happening going forward.
Absolutely.
We can't pay
Yeah.
Clay for what he did in the past. Like, he just ain't. If he wants to come back at a pay cut, come on back, my guy.
That's why I'm saying he better not be thinking that he's gonna, be worth all this and that. He didn't
but
even,
hasn't
Clay
even
already
make
said he's
NBA
not
All
doing that?
Team.
Hasn't he
But
already
his
said
role
he's
has
not doing
changed.
that? Yeah. I don't think Clay is on board with that. I think Clay thinks he should get.
See?
Clay
should
wants
get-
his money.
He wants his money.
Yep.
So
Clay wants his money. And like Wise said, and I think Jordan said it earlier, no other team is about to give Clay the money he's asking the Golden State Warriors.
I think there are teams. I really do.
No.
Who,
No,
Gina?
no, no,
Name
no, no,
one.
no. Not
Name
40 million.
one.
Not 40
not 40
million.
million a year. Hell
I think
no.
there
No,
might
no.
be one, but I
Name
don't
one.
think he's
No.
leaving either.
Well, then he's taking
I-
a pay cut. If that's what
No,
he's doing,
he's
then that's
for
fine.
sure. Yeah, he's for
Yeah.
sure taking a pay cut.
He
He's-
is definitely
that's fine.
taking a pay cut.
I mean,
Look,
don't
no.
say definitely as in that's what
I
he
don't
wants
know
to
that.
do.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stake my money on it. I'm not taking. I'm
Right
not
now,
going
the
to wager
Warriors
my
only have one max
vacations on
player.
it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
I ain't
one
got
max
no-
player right now.
I ain't got no vacation. I'm just going home to
Danielle said, I
Atlanta.
don't
So.
think my husband is the same.
He said Milwaukee would pay him. I mean,
How
No, Milwaukee
What?
would not pay him.
they already got the Giannis deal coming. They got the
No, they will absolutely.
got,
Mark is still off that Mad Dog from the Celtics
That's
losing.
hilarious.
Yeah, the Mad Dog from the Celtics losing that series because they ain't gonna pay him $40 million.
nobody's paying him $40 million.
Nobody. Yeah, exactly.
Nobody.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Hold on.
man.
hold on,
2
hold on,
ACL injuries.
Hold up.
Is he on Achilles?
ACL and Achilles, yeah.
ACL
I'm here to
Achilles.
cause-
It's the Achilles that's
I meant
more
through
that's hurting
injuries.
them more than the ACL, in my opinion. But
Hey, you guys, should we switch up to football?
Bum 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 bum.
seeing as we ain't talked football all off season, I'm still pissed about that.
I'm always ready to talk
Yeah.
some football.
I'm like, we didn't miss the whole
Are
off
you
season.
ready for some football? Yes,
This is
I
kind
am.
of like our
Monday night party.
Little
Man, that was
intro.
the time, Dan.
Nobody's
Yes.
drinking empty
All
2020.
my rowdy friends are here on Monday night.
You right, Marcus. You right.
Yeah, that's a good
You're right,
point,
Marcus.
Marcus. So put the bottle down, Marcus. That's my point.
what
Oh,
I'm going to
man.
do is I want to talk some 49ers. I'm going to be leaving soon because you know me, I don't eat until like late. So, but I've got to talk Niners. So, this is a Patreon question from Miss Danielle.
Oh yeah. Danielle,
Now it's my turn to go on mute.
Will the
It's my turn.
49ers be able to win a Super Bowl, or will Kyle and Lynch fuck up again? But I do want to interject by saying, what's up with Purdy? He's going out there on Friday, I believe, to
He's already started
throw the
throwing.
ball.
He's
I
already
know
had
he
his
started,
first throwing session.
he started throwing, but I haven't seen it yet, apparently. So
Hi, Lance.
shut up.
That man throwing a towel. He ain't throwing no damn ball. Stop. Like, that man ain't going out there Friday doing shit. Like,
Hi,
stop.
Lance.
Purdy, he'll be ready by training camp, but he ain't going out there this week. Stop. He's not. It's not happening.
Bye,
They
Lance.
just said he started throwing motion a week ago. He ain't going out there in no OTA at all.
Bye, Lance.
Danielle, don't you ever apologize for cussing. This is a pro cussing show.
I understand
We must
Danielle's frustration. I felt the heat in that question. She meant every word of that. Will they fuck it up again?
I feel the heat right now.
This is great. Let's go, Brock Purdy. Let's go, Purdy.
I would just like to go ahead and say also this is kind of the Gina effect. Gina has been wrong on her predictions a lot of times in this series. Dan, every Trey Lance prediction you've made, you've been completely wrong. I'm just throwing it out there, you know, like you've been completely wrong.
What prediction What prediction did I make that I was wrong about?
He was getting traded. I don't know how many times. He was going to get cut. I don't know how many times.
So is he? So
before the draft,
before the draft, that he's not going to be traded?
Before the draft, it was he's getting traded. He's getting traded before the draft. Didn't happen. Now he was like, he ain't gonna get no reps at OTAs because he'll be gone. He's still here. Like when you talking about the bridge, right?
Get reps in OTAs. I never said that.
What'd you say?
What I did say was he would be traded. So whether that is pre-draft, whether that's before the season, whether that's during the season.
You said he would be gone before the draft. You said he was going to be gone before the draft.
I did.
That's true.
He didn't go. Nobody met the 49ers price. No one met their asking price. And no one ever will. Wise. You want to know why? Because no one is giving you 3 first-round picks.
So that means he's not getting traded, right?
No.
That means he's not getting traded, right?
Oh, he's gonna get traded for like a 5th or 6th.
When is that gonna be now? When is that gonna be?
Sometime during the season.
He gonna get traded during the season?
Sam Darnold is your backup quarterback to Perth.
Is he? I mean, if you say so,
Sam,
I don't say this. You've been wrong every time you talk about Trey Lance. That's all I'm saying.
And can I just say that some of the predictions I made were correct?
I'm closer and closer to being right. Oh yeah, I'm getting closer and closer to being right.
Are you? I mean, what they say on First Take? A broke clock is right twice a day. So I mean, you might be right. I don't know. You might be right. I don't know that.
Hey, a broke clock is right twice. So all I'm telling you is the 2 quarterbacks that's going to be on your roster is Purdy and Sam Darnold, and maybe somebody else, but it won't be Trey Lance. It won't be Mr. Lance. Mr. Lance will be somewhere else.
Okay. I mean, you keep saying eventually he gonna have to be somewhere else at some point, right? I mean,
no. Not like
yeah,
years to come. Not like Joe Montana getting traded to the Kansas City Chiefs.
We at the 2026 Super Bowl. And shout out to Santa Clara, by the way. When we got the pregame, we'll be like, damn, Trey gonna have to get traded at some point. Like, I mean, it might happen at some point. You said
at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, 2026. Shout out to Santa Clara. We're gonna be at the,
we
going to the game.
I'm going regardless.
Yeah, not 2024. Not 2025.
No. I'm saying
tailgating, that's for sure.
It's in Santa Clara. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm saying that if we that far down the line, you're gonna still be saying, hey, Trey Lance gonna get traded. Trey Lance gonna be somewhere. At some point, he probably will.
Hey, Wise.
Year 13, Trey Lance, that boy. He getting old. He getting old, Wise. That's what we're gonna be saying. He getting old, Wise.
From now to 2026, how many Super Bowl rings would y'all have won?
That's a good question. I don't know. Hopefully
0.
at least one. Hopefully at least one.
0.
Okay.
0.
So from this point on to 2026, how many you gonna have?
Use your cat scratcher.
I don't know. We lose
you don't know.
a few seasons and then bounce back. So maybe not 2026. I'll say 2028. Holla at me in 2028.
So you gonna have rings by 2028?
If we don't have a ring by 2028, we'll win it in 2028.
Interesting.
Shit. Oh my God.
Well, the cat.
Always in.
No, there's a horse flying here.
After a few years of mediocrity.
She said a horse fly.
Okay.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
Sorry.
We're late night. Oh, my bad. We got advertisers now. Let me.
Scared me.
What's the channel again? Let It Talk Sports. Let's Talk Sports.
No, we don't have the advertiser
Let's Talk
yet.
Sports, YouTube. Follow us on there. Catch the replay.
That's what
we down with. What's the other show called? Or the other channel? Sideline Sports. Once they get their channel back up, we live over there. Shout out to Dan, the other Dan the Man. Shout out to this Dan the Man, or this one over here. We're gonna be at games. Anyway, back to you, Dan. Go ahead.
Hey, shout out to Dan.
Exactly.
Oh God. Oh God. Become a member on Patreon, guys.
This is. I'll say this. I'll say this about the whole.
Know if they're gonna win a bowl or will Kyle and Lynch fuck it up again.
let's hope not, man. Let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Oh.
It's an honest question. I mean, it's a serious question. Will we get in our own way? Will Kyle do something that gets in the way? I don't necessarily say Lynch because he upstairs at this point. It's gonna fall on Kyle.
They're a package deal, right?
Right. Well, will Kyle get in his own way? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can just wait and see. I mean, we get to the point where we get close every year, but at some point, getting close ain't enough. Like, it's just not.
Same
And
horseshoe.
Now, who said that earlier?
it's just, it's not enough. This is a fan base where it's that kind of a way. And I fuck with Kyle. Kyle is my guy. Like, I fucks with Kyle.
Tanya, you know it. Tanya, this is the best part of the
Yeah,
the best part of the
Dan
show.
loves hating on the Niners. I mean, no doubt.
Listen, you know who's loving this the most? Me, because I don't have to say a thing. I'm just over here laughing right now. This is great. I'm loving it.
But we'll see. We'll see what Kyle does.
I'm just
Are we
waiting on
contenders?
Rod. I am just waiting to hear the words or the I know these words are going to be good from Rod. I know they're going to be precise. I know that there's going to have some sense of urgency in these comments, because I mean, it is Super Bowl or bust for the 49ers. Like, if we're being there's only two teams that I feel like can give the 49ers problems in the NFC. Philadelphia and surprisingly, Detroit.
Oh no, you got to put Dallas in there.
Surprisingly.
You got to put Dallas.
No, we don't.
Yes,
All right?
no, yes,
we
you
don't
do.
have to put Dallas in there.
But the upgrades that they made, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't care if they got Gilmore.
I don't believe.
Whoever else they
I
got.
just don't believe in the Dallas organization.
And
as
Atlanta
staff
as a
record label
sleeper.
and as a motherfucking crew. Like, I just don't believe. I just don't believe in them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, then why all of a sudden are we going to believe in Dallas? I mean, in Detroit. Sorry.
That's a fair question.
Well, no. I'm saying it. We haven't
And
even
yes,
seen them
2K
play
teacher,
now.
that's a good point. Seattle's a very good sleeper too. That's a very good one. I agree.
Seattle is a sleeper.
It'd
But
be a
I mean,
two-team race in the West.
Like when we go, I'm talking about when it's playoff time, like damn the regular season, when it come down to those final 6 teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm going to be looking at personally. Like,
and you'll trust Detroit to do what?
And I just don't see anybody giving the 49ers problems for real, unless the 49ers have a problem at quarterback. That's it. That is it. Can't nobody.
I see what he's trying to do there. Like, I see what he's trying to do.
No.
He always mentions quarterback.
No. But I mean, like, for real, y'all lost to Philadelphia because you had no quarterback, right? Like, dead ass. Like, I just mean
that's not the only reason.
It's not the only reason, but I'm giving them I'm just giving them, stall them out, Debo. All right, Jordan, stall them out. I'm trying to just I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, you were a quarterback away last year from competing, at least. We'll go that route.
So let me ask you, Dan.
Don't talk about disgusting.
You think Kyle's gonna get it done this year?
Shanahan?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Shanahan.
Okay. I mean, why do you think that?
I don't know what it is about Kyle Shanahan in big fucking games. I just can't figure it out, because he is a genius of a coach. He is a great coach. And in the regular season, you can't touch him. Even in some postseason games, you cannot. But when it comes down to the game you have to win, he just doesn't do it for whatever reason. And I'm not putting all the blame on him. Of course, it comes down to the players. He's not playing. He's executing and calling plays. But we've seen him even call just bonehead plays at the wrong time. Like,
the
what are you
fourth quarter
doing?
debacles. Hey guys,
Like,
I'm gonna
what
jump
are you
off.
doing? Like, you watched that Super Bowl against Kansas City. You saw y'all was up 10 in the fourth quarter. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm gonna jump off. If you guys are still on in like 45 or an hour, I don't know what the case may be, but have a good show.
Thanks, Gina. Enjoy
Love
your
y'all.
food.
Like your shirt.
Later, Gina.
Oh,
So
bye.
why?
Have fun with the cat.
Marcus, I just want you to see that. Like, he just
Bye,
corrected it,
guys.
but he misspelled your name. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be a rat.
Yeah, what's up with that, Marcus? Damn. Nah, I love you anyway.
What do you say? Bye, Jine?
You know what? I gotta go. Okay? I gotta go.
What's the name again?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah!
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
He
Oh,
called you
God.
Genier.
It's French.
It's French.
Oh.
It's French.
Shout out to Marcus, man. Shout out to Marcus.
Oh my
Marcus
goodness.
is day
Marcus
one with
will
us. He's day one
murder
with
a
us.
name, dog. His spelling is on second grade mode for
Hey,
real.
Marcus, real quick, I want you to try to say this. Please try to say Negro League Museum as best as you can.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Hold on. No, remember we got sponsorships now. We can't have Marcus on here messing up the sponsorships now. You know,
He's ready.
tap in. But
Play to his plays.
hold on. What did Miss Debbie say?
Not just stick to the plays he insists should work. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Here's the thing, right? This is my personal issue with Kyle, and I've said this before with you guys. I feel like we've consistently fumbled the quarterback position under Kyle, and it's almost as if he doesn't want a superstar type quarterback or a franchise type quarterback. He wants a guy who's good enough to where he can run his system, and it takes away accountability for the most part. Like we don't have a Mahomes, we don't have a Josh Allen or whoever, you know. We roll out there with the last pick of the draft. We roll out there with a Jimmy Garoppolo, and Kyle gets it done. But at some point, if that's not good enough, you gotta say, Kyle, man, this is on you.
Let's
all your
not
play
act like
calling-
they didn't move up in the draft and
But he
give up
ain't
3
playing him.
picks
He
for
ain't
Trey
playing him.
Lance, who was
He-
supposed to be the answer.
Okay, so again, that's on Kyle.
I'll
Because
put it
if
this way.
Trey's not the guy, then you made the wrong call again.
Again.
So I'm just saying,
I'll put it this way. Wise, you're like right there on the point. You're right there.
Mhm.
Here's the big
He
thing.
won't kill it.
Here's the thing. Kyle's ego.
Right.
His ego is like it's got to be how he wants to do it. And if it doesn't go that way, so it goes back to your point again. You talk about the big quarterback name. Well, that's the reason why. Guess what? If, like you said, if he can do this with a Jimmy G or a Kirk Cousins, remember that's what we wanted. Didn't even want to look at Patrick
quarterbacking in
Mahomes.
Washington, right?
Right.
I feel like he still won Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he
There might be
still
some
might.
truth to that.
You don't know. But no, it's I mean, again, like you go back to the Super Bowl with us. What was working during that game? There were so many and not even just running the ball, right? That's the thing for me. It's not even just running. There are certain run concepts that the Patriots could not stop. Usually, I am not a fan of running boundary tossing games because, well, guess what? You don't have that much space to the boundary to run the outside. But guess what was working? They were averaging like 9 yards a carry on boundary toss against the Patriots. But all of a sudden, when things matter, what do you still want to keep trying to do? Now we're starting to throw the ball when we have the game on ice. But guess why you want to do that? Is because that's what Kyle wants to do. Now, here's the other part of it. Now, was Taylor Gabriel wide open if Devontae Freeman gets the block? Yeah. But here's what everyone knows that knows football. There's exponentially
we'd all be drunk.
But there's exponentially a lot of worse things that can happen when you try to pass the ball versus if you try to run it. Same thing again, even if you look at the NFC Championship this year, the play that Brock Purdy gets hurt. Was Brandon Ayuk about to get open? Yes, he was. But here's the issue with that. You knew coming into that game, the Eagles had the best pass rush in the NFL, in the league. And you had Tyler Kroft trying to block one of their better pass rushers. Yeah, you're asking for something bad to happen. But you're saying you want to take that risk because that's what you want to go with. That's the thing that I continuously will say, you know what? What's going to be Kyle's downfall at the end of it when it matters most is going to be his ego and what he thinks he wants to go, how he wants to do
it. This is the thing, Jordan. Like I look at it this way: does he have an ego? Yes. It's always been an arrogance with the Shanahans as a whole,
and it wasn't a 28-point lead, Marcus.
His dad had
25.
Yeah, 28-3. Marcus, get it right. His dad had an ego. Kyle had an ego. Even with the RG3 thing, they saw what they had. Now, is some of RG3's issues the blame on RG3? a little bit. Yes, he wanted to come back and play in these games.
Of course, he's an athlete. That's
right.
what you want to do.
They should have held him back, but hey, eventually it led to Kirk Cousins, and he got what he wanted. So Kyle has to look at it this way. We talk about his ego. You just talked about being this close, right? Kyle is this close to that ego making him Norv Turner. Instead of everybody thinks Kyle is the greatest mind in football today. But he needs that Super Bowl to validate it. And that's just completely honest.
It's still
he
Andy
needs
Reid.
That Super Bowl to validate it. You said what?
It's still Andy Reid. Like let's but again, even with that, to your point, when did Andy Reid take that crown of having the best mind?
When he got Patrick Mahomes.
When he won.
And he won the Super Bowl, right?
There you go. Yes.
So Kyle has to understand that. Like, hey, and I'm not saying Trey or Brock or whoever can't be that guy at the QB position. But Kyle has to get out of his own way, because if he doesn't, we're going to look back in 5 years and it's Norv Turner. He's going to be Norv Turner. Like,
and again, the thing with that too is, like you said, you talk about RG3 wanting to come back out there. This is now the second time though that we've seen a situation. Okay, cool. That's what the quarterback wants to do. At a certain standpoint though, you as a head coach, you have to protect your player from themselves.
Yes.
Obviously, and again, RG3, his injury. First off, I can't say he shouldn't have been playing it against a playoff game. I understand that's what happens there, but it's unfortunate what happened in that fumble. But again, how many times did we hear Trey Lance talk about he doesn't slide? That's not what he is. We've seen him almost every single time in any game that he plays, and he gets hurt. And when does he get hurt? He runs the ball, right? Remember, he tried to truck a linebacker from the Cardinals. That's how he broke something then and there. So again, my whole thing was sometimes you have to protect the player from themselves. Even if you want to run Trey, run him in space. Even though, again, he's not that kind of guy. He's not that runner. Even though I know there was somebody on Twitter trying to tell people that he can be like Vic, which again is nowhere near close.
That, by the way, you was pissed about that.
Yeah, it was just so stupid. You know, it was just dumb. But my thing is just like I said, if he's supposed to be your franchise guy, and I don't care what Brock Purdy's supposed to be. You trade that many first round picks to trade up and get Trey Lance. You expect him to be a first round guy. You need to protect him. You have to. And at the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan didn't.
And Marcus, don't run too heavy with the Norv talk. I'm saying.
No, I know exactly what you meant. I know exactly what you meant.
Great offensive mind, and that's all that you remember. I'm not even talking about the records. Kyle is definitely a far better head coach than Norv ever was.
Absolutely.
But if he don't get that ring, it's not really going to matter. It's not. He's going to be like, hey, he'll get another job. You know, if he gets fired, he'll get another job. No problem.
Easily.
Not right. He won't be unemployed more than 2 weeks. Promise you that. But he still needs that ring. Like you said with Andy Reid, it validates him. It validates him now. So it's all how he wants to get it, man. Like, and hopefully one of these guys, they become that guy at quarterback. But I just need one of them to play the whole damn season. That's all I need at this point.
What do you think about this question? What is the difference between Kyle and Harbaugh?
Their approaches are different. Harbaugh,
Yes.
They were a blue collar team, and they ran the shit out of the ball. They were a blue collar team. He didn't care if Alex Smith threw the ball 20 times or if he threw the ball 10 times. He didn't care if Cap threw the ball 15 times or if he threw it 25 times. Harbaugh was more power. Kyle is more finesse when it comes to his play calling. I think Kyle is definitely a better schemer than Harbaugh, but I think Harbaugh
is a better coach.
Yes, I think they would run through a wall for Harbaugh. I'm not necessarily sure they would run through a wall for Kyle Shanahan, and that's no shade on Kyle. And like I said, Kyle is my guy.
It's just a difference in styles.
I hated that the Harbaugh era ended.
Yeah, Gene, I feel you on that.
Egos
Harbaugh
got in the
was
way.
a great coach.
Yeah, egos got in the way. And
Shout out Stanford, by the way.
We will not.
Oh, well, I just did.
And
if you got a problem with it,
we will not.
We can talk about it.
You know,
you got a problem with it, we can talk about it.
Hey, I'll pull up to the farm. You know, just let me into the
and
basketball
I will
game.
too. I will too.
I'll pull up to the farm. Let me in the game.
Say what?
But It's a good question, man. That's a great question, Danielle.
I
They're the best coaches we've had since Walsh.
Yeah.
And that's including Mooch. And I like Mooch. You know, Mooch is my guy.
I was about to be like, you ain't like Mooch like that?
Oh no, I like Mooch. Mooch is my guy.
Oh, okay.
He didn't get it done.
I feel like here's the big sense of difference for me. And it's like the difference is Harbaugh doesn't let a sense of entitlement go through that locker room. And I'm saying that because obviously I dealt with some of the after effects of a locker room that was coached by Harbaugh, right? Like when he was at Stanford, he left before I got there. Coach Shaw was always there when I was there. But a lot of the older guys who were still there when I first, got to Stanford were Harbaugh guys who, they turned that program around. Once they went to the Sun Bowl, they played Oklahoma. Actually, they played Oklahoma when Trent Williams was on the team. And then they went to the Orange Bowl. Y'all all remember what they did against Virginia Tech. Then they went to the Fiesta Bowl, played Oklahoma State. So those, that after that was the year that I came in. And when I was there was no sense of we've arrived. We're this team that's great, that, we deserve to be in the national championship. Even though one of those years, if the playoff was invented a few years earlier, Stanford would have been in the playoff. They didn't feel that. It was, there's unfinished business. We have some stuff we need to fix and change to get to that level. Now, you look at what's going on right now and what we've seen. I'll just even go since that the Eagles game, the NFC Championship game. Everything you've heard from a lot of the 49er players in public has been, if we had Brock Purdy, we would have been this. Like you just see the way they carry themselves. They carry themselves as if they've already won something. And again, like I said, in a Harbaugh controlled environment or locker room, you don't have that. You haven't won anything until you won something. And even then, you still might feel like you didn't win anything. I think for me, that's the biggest difference that I've noticed. And again, I'm only speaking of that because I know what it looks like for people that have been coached by Harbaugh. And then of course, like I said, we look in the media everywhere. You see, like I said, Kittle and all these guys, they just, whether it's whining about how they lost the game or just, like I said, they just carry themselves as if they won something. Like if they were the Niners from the late 80s, early through the 90s.
I agree, Marcus.
You ain't them.
Like the Cowboys.
But here's my point though. Like you hear from Cowboy fans. Cowboy fans act like that. I don't hear certain things.
Not so
Cowboy
much the players.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Exactly. I'm talking about the players.
I'll say this. Yeah. And this thing got me into some shit in 49ers land. And I really don't give a fuck. One difference between the Harbaugh and Shanahan thing is Harbaugh would tell you who's the quarterback.
That's also
when he made the switch to Cap, he was like, this is his team.
It's him. Yeah.
Cap's the guy. Kyle keeps playing the fence. I don't know. I'm gonna let them compete. Brock had a good year. He did the same thing with Jimmy and Trey.
He sure did.
It's what happens is there was no fracture in the locker room. As much as people loved Alex Smith and the fan base was fractured because they didn't want Cap starting. But in the locker room, they knew, hey, this is Cap's team. Y'all get on board or get out. Kyle has now fractured the locker room twice. Jimmy G, Trey. Now it's Trey, Brock. You're not stepping out and defining who is your guy. Just say, hey, this is my guy.
And that was Trey Sam.
And yeah, by the way, Miss Daniel, you're not getting Kyle Shanahan as an OC. Those days are gone.
Yeah, so
it's long gone.
Kyle needs to determine what he wants to do.
Again. Ever.
Wait, what'd she say? Hold on.
Can we get Harbaugh as coach and Kyle as OC?
No,
Kyle will never. He will retire before he ever takes another.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's not
coordinator position. He will never go back to being a coordinator. Ever. His daddy would disown him.
What's up, Rob? Welcome back.
Welcome back, Rod. Jimmy G. Shut up, Marcus. Look, Here's the thing.
And Jimmy
also,
G might not have a team next year. He can get released by the Raiders. They don't have to pay him any money. So let's not bring up Jimmy G. Let's not bring up Jimmy G right now, Mark.
Jimmy G may not have a job in a couple of months.
By the way, it's not funny, but it is. That shit is hilarious. Like,
that shit is hilarious, bro. We all know that Jimmy G has been overpaid for his services throughout the years. So let's not act like he hasn't been getting this free money.
He stay getting hurt. Like he stay getting hurt.
Jimmy been getting free money for a long time.
Yeah. Kyle needs to make a call and stick with it, man. Just if that's who you're gonna go with, stick with it, make the call. And here's the shit that got me in trouble or gets me in trouble in 49 land. The locker room in San Francisco right now is very cliquish.
Yes.
You have a camp that's like, hey, I fuck with Trey. And you got a camp who fucks with everybody but Trey. And people don't want to acknowledge that shit.
Like it's everybody but Trey. Like anybody
it's
but Trey.
Because the quarterback you like don't hang with the motherfucker. It's been that way. Like when Trey got hurt, one of the first statements that came out in that post game against Seattle was they didn't say who said it. I think it was Juice too.
We all know
now we can play 49er football.
No, right? It was Juice. He said that during the press.
Okay. So
he literally said that.
It's some underlining shit that irks me about some of the players on the team. And I don't necessarily know if you could overcome that shit sometimes. I don't know. I
think Kittles plays both sides of it.
Rod.
I think Kittles plays both sides of it.
I was just about to be like,
it's just my personal
opinion. How do you think your boy Kittle feels about it? Because I know how he truly feels.
He wants Brock. I mean, obviously he revitalized him during the end of the season. So he'd be a fool to say, nah, I don't want Brock. I want Trey in there. He'd be a fool to say that. I feel personally because of what he ended up doing with him being in there. But this is my thing with Brock, and I don't know if y'all said it because my computer tripping. I just feel like I hope that what we saw last year wasn't the ceiling for Brock. And that's my biggest concern out of all of it, is that it's not fool's gold, like i.e. how we had Jimmy. And then we run with these 8 games and make it seem like he is just the world's greatest. And then something catastrophic happens again. We let go of Trey. Trey goes to another team, and then we fuck for real. I'm honest about that.
No, that's
why
fair.
I've been quiet behind it. So that's why I just look at it and be like, bro, I just hope that they don't.
If Brock's the guy, I hope he really is the guy. Like, okay, be the guy. Like, I just want whoever QB1's gonna be, I'm gonna fuck with QB1.
Absolutely.
But stop playing the fucking games. Like
the QB carousel.
Pick the fucking quarterback and let's roll. Like, I mean,
the QB
people ain't gonna like it regardless.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, Marcus, I want you to do me a favor. Look up how many games George Kittle and Trey Lance have played together.
You know, Marcus is gonna have a hard time typing that in.
Because he says Trey Lance doesn't get Kittle the ball. So let's see how many games they play together.
Exactly.
So that's
yes,
the thing,
Danielle.
man. Like,
absolutely, Danielle. We know how the Bay is. Let's just keep it funky.
Hey, yes, Harbaugh didn't have that problem.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Harbaugh didn't care.
We can't put the whole Bay on that though. We can't put the Bay on that. Like, you can't say the Bay got that issue.
Let's say let's put it this way, right? We're talking about, and I know we're gonna get right back into it. I know we will. We're talking about who's throwing the ball. Let's talk about who's catching it. Right? Again, another Patreon question. How about that segue? That was a good segue.
Good. Shout out to the segue of the Patreon.
All right.
It's the best
absolutely. Best landing spot.
Not
DeAndre Hopkins.
Not San Francisco.
I agree.
It's either gonna be the Houston Texans or it's gonna be the Buffalo Bills.
The Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Why you say Houston?
Why Houston? Yeah.
Yeah, back to the crib. Back to where it all started.
So he don't want to win. He just want to get paid.
I mean, if he wants to win, he's going to have to take a huge pay cut to any one of the winning teams that we're talking about. If he goes to Buffalo, he's not getting paid. If he goes to Kansas City, he's not getting paid. If he goes to Philadelphia, he's not getting paid. If he goes to the 49ers, he's not getting paid. Like, let's be realistic. So
I don't see a fit for him in Philly.
I mean,
Buffalo. Buffalo.
I
makes
still
sense.
say I
point
still
is,
say Kansas City.
Kansas City is a good fit.
And that's a great team for him if he wants to win.
If he wants
but
to win,
not get paid. Listen, they couldn't even pay Juju Smith. Okay, they couldn't
because they didn't need to.
Well, I mean, my point is, but look at Juju's number versus what a DHop would ask for. He's not going to get it. You understand what I'm saying? That's my point. Not that they needed to pay Juju, but they certainly wasn't going to pay him the money that where did Juju go?
New England.
New England. New England gave him a check. Kansas City wasn't paying him that.
The good thing about the NFL is on the contract terms, they will humble you. And if DHop ain't gonna get paid, he gonna know I'm not getting paid. Let me try to find something.
So that's why I said either the Texans, you know what I'm saying, or the Bills.
So do we remember the things that he talked about? Talking about DeAndre Hopkins on I Am Athlete, and I think another place too, of what he's looking for his next team.
Yeah.
And here's why I say Kansas City. Quarterback that loves the game and brings everyone on board with him.
Shout out to Kyler Murray.
That sounds like Patrick Mahomes. Great defense. Defense wins championships. Got to have a great D-line. Who do we know has had a D-line that can wreck a game during the postseason? Oh, that's Kansas City.
Philadelphia.
And, well, the Eagles. Yeah, that's another one too.
Cincinnati.
Okay. But I'm still leaning toward, Cincinnati. They got a lot of money. They got to pay the receivers already. And then stable management.
Trying to win one now.
And then stable management. Again,
Kansas City.
Still points to Kansas City or Philly. And when I look at it, where does he have the chance to get more targets? It's not in Philly.
It's not in Kansas City. They spread that ball around.
Yeah, but it's more so in Kansas City than it is Philadelphia.
I would say Buffalo.
He goes to KC City. Outside of Kelsey. He's wide receiver 1.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
If I'm him, I'd take a pay cut and I go to Baltimore.
Had they not just signed OBJ,
I take the pay cut.
Signed OBJ. They got a couple young. They got couple young rookie receivers.
Yeah, they drafted the one kid.
They got Bateman up there. They got OBJ, and you put him in there in the mix with.
Oh my gosh! That team becomes uncoverable.
I'm looking at a situation of you give me. Obviously, Mahomes is Mahomes. We all know that.
True.
Jarrett McKinnon, what he does out of the backfield as a receiver. Sky Moore, what he's shown everyone he can be as a running back. Kadarius Toney, now that he's now Kadarius Toney, what he's been able to. Oh, and Pacheco's him too. I'm talking about from a receiving. I'm talking about receiving standpoint right now. Like Pacheco, he is that dude running the ball. Kadarius Toney, now that he's been revitalized since he got away from New York. Travis Kelce's receiver number 1. We know that. Yeah. All of a sudden, you put DeAndre Hopkins in that too. Oh my goodness!
I mean, it would be phenomenal. It's just, is DHop willing to take veteran receiver money?
Do we hear ourselves now?
He's going to have to, regardless.
Does he?
No matter what, for all the places that he wants, he's considering going, he's going to have to.
Oh, no doubt. We've determined the NFL will make sure he understands you're not getting the bag no more.
He's not going to the damn.
Well, he can get a bag in Houston
and lose. And I love D'Amico Ryans. I do. I want D'Amico Ryans
going to the Super Bowl.
Not anytime soon. No, not anytime soon.
I saw somebody mention. What about Cleveland?
And
lose. That's a sleeper one.
I don't
Deshaun's
know.
Up there.
Cleveland is underperformed, in my opinion, for the talent level.
Oh no,
absolutely,
absolutely.
Yeah. In everybody's opinion.
Yeah,
including Cleveland.
DHop there, Deshaun another year. Finally playing the game. We'll see what happens. But
I agree.
They might have a little bit of money. They might be able to pay him a little something. So
that's not a bad.
Well, they didn't pay Jadeveon Clowney, so that definitely frees up some money there. They didn't pay.
And it's still good D line though, because Myles Garrett's still up.
They got Myles Garrett.
Of Of course.
Didn't they just pay Denzel?
They
Marcus
paid
spelled
Denzel.
Deshaun right.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh. There's no W.
Tanya's like Browns. No, I'm just saying places that he could go. Like, I mean, you know.
Right. I'm just saying again, if we're talking about best landing spot, like I said, it's
Marcus doing
Kansas
Marcus.
City. It's Kansas City for me.
I think that's a good spot
it,
for him.
it would be smart of him to go to Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, that's the question. That's what I'm saying. Like the best spot for him to go to is Kansas City. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think his best landing spot is Buffalo. I heard Rod say Baltimore. I like that too. What you think, Wise?
I think Cleveland and Kansas City.
Oh, Cleveland.
I think Buffalo would be dope for him to go. Him and Diggs. But
They got that other receiver up there too.
Gabe Davis.
Davis, yeah.
Yeah, Davis.
Gabe Davis. But what Buffalo needs to do is run the ball. That's their problem.
Yeah.
They don't need
Well, I mean, it hasn't been for a lack of trying.
Hey, but he would also look good. He would also look good down there in LA with the Chargers. Him and Keenan Allen.
Did they not bring back?
They got Mike Williams. Yeah, they got a lot of receivers out
they
there.
just played Mike Williams. I mean, I don't know if you have Keenan and DHop there. Mike Williams definitely on the other side, but I mean, Keenan Allen gets hurt too much lately. Like he stay hurt.
The last couple of years, that would be accurate.
Yeah, so I mean, like it's either him or DHop because DHop been injured lately. So you don't want two injury prone.
Well, DHop did have that suspension. You know that.
That's right.
Well, that's because he tried to hurry up and recover. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. That's a good one. I like that. I like that answer. He tried to hurry up and recover.
He did.
American Gladiators.
I mean, he did.
Oh shit!
I mean, he just got caught. Everybody don't get caught.
Everybody don't get caught. You know, declaring the
Shout out Barry Bonds.
That's not nice. That's not nice. Leave my man Barry Bonds alone. Matter of fact, get Barry Bonds. He needs to be in the hall.
I agree. I agree.
Facts.
Yeah, Barry Bonds.
I don't care what he did or didn't do. You can't tell me that there's a better hitter in the league than Barry Lamont Bonds.
Facts. So
you won't do it.
But yeah, D-Hop, man, it's gonna be fun to find out where he goes in the last couple weeks or the next couple weeks. It's crazy. We're getting. I mean, June gonna go by fast, and as you know, July here. Camp's gonna start getting going.
Training camp.
Report. Trying to report right in time.
Dan's gonna be on every single video that comes outside of 49ers training camp and what passes are being completed and not completed.
That's what Dan does.
Listen, I'm telling you right now. I'm just waiting till my press pass gets here, so it'll be ready to go right on time, right on schedule.
I didn't like that spiral he threw. Like that's dead right there. Like it was. Did you see that pass? Listen, it looked pretty good. Nah, it was a little shaky. Like
this is one of the first years in a while. I don't care what any other team does in their training camp. I am locked in on my Falcons.
Let's talk about it real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
I'm locked in on these Rams.
I already said it. I will not accept anything else outside of winning the division this year. I'm just putting it out there.
And that's a fair statement. It's up for grabs. Right?
Exactly.
Like Dan said, it's up for grabs.
100%.
Now, the Saints fans we talked to might not necessarily agree with that, but
I don't care what they got to say.
Right. I think it's open. The NFC South is definitely
open too. You don't let Carr come into the NFC South and start to dominate.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely. You better not let Derek Carr come into your division thinking that he the shit after playing like shit his whole career.
Later, Marcus.
Like here's the thing for me. This is the best. All right, Marcus. This is the best defense the Falcons are going to have out there, and I couldn't even tell you how long. And then on offense, we are a baby version of the 49ers. The reason why I say that is when you look at the 49ers, how they can have offensive versatility. You don't know who's going to line up where. All right, cool. They have Debo in there. They have Christian in there. Who's in the backfield? Who's in the slot? Who's the X? Who's the Z? The Falcons can do the same thing now, too. Where's Kyle Pitts lining up? Where's Bijan Robinson lining up? Where's Cordero lining up?
Bijan Robinson.
Like all these different pieces and puzzles that they can move around to confuse defenses.
Don't forget
of course. Well, I know where Drake's lining up.
Okay.
I know where he's lining up.
Gotcha.
So like, no, it's like I said, it's just a fun time for me. I'm ready to lock in on Falcons football this year.
And it's funny you compare them to a mini 49ers. What's the one question mark about Atlanta that you got going into the season?
Quarterback. There you go. See? No, I did that on purpose.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah. Is he that guy? Like, I liked him coming out of Cincinnati.
I like him too.
I just hope he gets a shot. Like, who's backing him up? Who's the backup out there?
Taylor Heineke.
Oh, ooh.
Brought him home.
But isn't Taylor competing for that job?
So they say, but like, let's be real. Like, we know whose job it is.
I'm just saying, like, he's not going. I mean, he's not just going to
give it up.
Play in front of the hometown.
Good night, Tanya.
All right, Miss Tanya.
All right, Tanya.
But I mean, like he even said, like when they brought him in, he said, like, no, they brought me in under the preface of you are the backup for Desmond Ridder. He said that.
I mean,
all right.
I mean, and that's good that he knows his role.
100%.
I'll perform. You know what I'm saying? Make it tough for them to make that decision.
So your coach established who the quarterback is, and let everybody else know who's not the quarterback. Got it. I wish my coach would do that, and not do it like suggestively. Like, just say it. Like, hey, this is quarterback one. I don't want to hear, he's the leader in the clubhouse. Fuck all that. Just say who it is.
Can I ask this question? Do you know why he does that? Like, does anybody know why? Is it strategy? Is it to keep, like, what is he doing it for?
I hate that it is strategy because it's corny strategy. Like, dude,
you're not even playing
your playbook. Yeah, like your playbook isn't known. Like, people are going to break down the quarterback position regardless of who is back there. They've already broken this down all summer. So what makes you think that they haven't done that already? So to sit up here and act or to play coy with all these other teams and to think that, it doesn't matter what quarterback is going to be back there. It's like, dude, you act like you won. And that's my problem with Kyle Shanahan, man. Like, this is exactly why
you ain't did nothing.
You ain't nothing.
That's why I said the difference between Shanahan and Harbaugh is that sense of entitlement that creeps through the locker room and the organization. I'm telling you.
You just spin the records. You don't do nothing. You don't make it. You just spin the records.
Jeez.
So, like, there's a reason why I put that. I put it in a certain point of view or perspective that I do when I say, ever since I've been alive, the Falcons and the 49ers have been to the same amount of Super Bowls. I do it for a reason. There's a reason, like, for the most part, outside people, you look at the Falcons as a football organization as a certain way. You look at the Niners as an organization as a certain way, as you should. I'm not trying to dispute that. But then when you look at it that way, it's like, oh, wow. Wait a minute. Same thing with the I saw somebody do this the other day. It was for the Celtics and the Heat, since the Heat have become an organization. The Heat have had more success, I'm talking about playoffs too, than the Celtics have had. But because of what the Celtics have done over time, you hold the Celtics in a much higher regard than you do the Miami. Yeah, here it is. So since 88-89, that was when the Miami Heat became a franchise. Conference finals appearances, Miami has 10, Boston has 9. Finals appearances, Miami has 7, Celtics have 3. Championships, obviously the Heat have 3, the Celtics have 1.
Yeah.
Since 89.
Since 89, when the Heat first became an NBA organization.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, that's the LeBron effect, right?
Oh, God.
I mean, it is. 100%.
All right. And on that note.
Right, on that note, I'm about to say let's wrap this on up. Anybody got some final notes?
Hey, Wise, if you just wanted to end the show, just say you wanted to end the show. You
right.
I'll just answer the question.
They're gonna throw that show out there. They're gonna wrap this up.
We out of here. Nah. But
well, I mean, shoot, yeah, I feel like it's time to wrap this up. And if we do, I do want to, for the viewers that are still here, Today is the final day of Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to put everybody out there. Hey, mental health is physical health, man. Y'all have to make sure you take care of your mentals. I know it's one thing, especially like we have 4 men in here right now. It's becoming more normal, more regular for us to talk about mental health and like be okay with it, not being viewed as being soft if you're going through something. Continue to talk about it. Continue to find a help, whether it's your homeboys, it's family, your homegirl, your spouse, whoever it is. Find somebody to talk about it, get through it, man. I know even for me, that's what's helped me. I have all these loved ones, including these 3 people right here. And it does wonders. So, like I said, since today is the final day of Mental Health Awareness Month, just wanted to bring that up and just, everyone always says it, right? It's okay to not be okay. Right. Like, it's okay to not be okay. Continue to reach out, be honest, be open. And we all here for each other.
Absolutely.
I might have to text y'all later. Like, just throwing it out there.
Oh man.
All right, let's wrap this up, fellas. Great show tonight,
man.
Let's do it.
Let's stay on schedule next week, fellas. Let's stay on schedule, please, because I missed last weekend.
I hated it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did too.
I didn't like it
too.
I hated it. I'm like, hey, so what? Because your teams are out. All of our teams are finally out now. I still came on. Like, let's do it.
Right.
I was trying to be here Wednesday, and then we just didn't do that. And I was like, wait, what happened?
Yeah,
I was like,
that did happen.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't get no. Here's the thing. Well, let me not. We'll say it offline. All right.
Yeah. Peace, everybody.
Make sure somebody hit the.